Good morning, everybody.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Romney. Thanks for the opportunity.
Announce your name, your surname, where you are located, your company, how you add value to your customers, and then followed by the icebreaker questions. You have one of the two options. What opportunities do you think there are for entrepreneurs in the automotive sector, and when servicing your vehicle, changing your tires, or having your car repaired, what products or services would you like to see more of, or what do you find frustrating that could be improved upon? Let's get started with the introductions.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this session of the 15th of September. We are happy to host you and we hope you'll enjoy the session. And as Roman has indicated, we have a lineup of events coming up, and those plays directly or aligned to our strategy objectives for 2023. And from the breakaway sessions, we will want to hear more from you. But today our focus will be on Eastern Cape, and we hope that they'll provide us with the necessary information so that when we pack our bags and head to Eastern Cape, we are well aware of what we are going to get, and we will report back upon our return. We thank you very much. Enjoy the session.
Hi, good day, Romney, and good morning, everybody else, and thanks for setting up the session today. I'm tempted to obviously say a lot, but I'm going to curb myself because our chairperson will be speaking later. The AIDC Automotive Industry Development Center, Eastern Cape. We really pride ourselves in facilitating sessions like this morning, as well as facilitating partnerships between key stakeholders. But really for this morning, I think as a lot of the speakers have already said, franchising gives a whole lot of opportunities for potential entrepreneurs. And what we're doing with our event, what we want to do with our event in East London in the next coming weeks, next month, is really to make people of the Eastern Cape aware of franchising and the benefits that come from franchising. I think we experience it on a regular basis in the food sector. But I think, as many of the speakers and the guests this morning have said, Romani, that not a lot of people in the auto sector are aware. And I think it's for us to make sure that the entrepreneurs and the business people in the Eastern Cape become more aware of franchising opportunities and franchising for themselves, for their businesses into the future so that they can grow. So I think you'll be hearing more from our chairperson later this morning, and I'll leave it at that. Thanks.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I must say, I always feel like I'm back in school with my name starting with an A. I'm always sitting right in front, or they call me up first. So guys, I'm Anel. I'm representing the Messenger Network. I'm the National Sales Manager there. And in short, we are WhatsApp Business API specialists. And the value that we add to our customers is that we actually specialize in closing the communication gap that exists between companies and customers due to the shortcomings that exist with our conventional communication channels such as email and SMS and telephone calls. So overall, the reason why businesses has adapted to WhatsApp so phenomenally is because WhatsApp currently has over 2.5 billion monthly active users. And it is definitely seen as the most preferred communication channel in the world. And that's the space that we actually trade in. All right, so the automotive question this morning for me is very interesting because we have actually been dealing with a couple of dealerships and we've done case studies in the industry. And so what we have found is there's definitely a communication gap from dealership perspective when it goes out to customers. You know, if you are servicing your vehicle and you're booking in your vehicle through the day, normal service advisors, they kind of have like 10 to 13 people that they deal with on a daily basis, and they somehow need to, in between the day, give feedback back to the customer. You know, your car is now going in for repairs, or it's ready for collection, or in some cases, you know, we've actually found that X, Y, and Z is wrong and there's an additional invoice that needs to be sent. So all of those communications does have a bit of a there's definitely a possibility to better it off. And we've actually implemented WhatsApp Business API for a whole lot of dealerships, because from a customer perspective, I mean, just imagining you can book your vehicle in for a service via WhatsApp. You can literally book your vehicle in 12 o'clock at night, and the service advisor, when they get back, to the WhatsApp early morning, they can just confirm if they can assist you or not for that day or the next day. So yeah, the question today is very interesting, and I'm quite excited to hear what the rest of the team has got.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Romney. Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Martin de Beer. I'm the head of marketing at MCB Manco. MCB Manco is the franchisor company behind the H.J. Bosch & Sons Auto Body Repair Network. H.J. Bosch & Sons is a household name in the panel beating industry. Our Pretoria West branch has been going for 53 years this year. We started with the franchising model in 2016, where we opened the Centurion branch, now going for 6 years. And then also last year, we opened a branch in Roslyn, looking to expand, also opening a truck shop early next year. And then obviously looking to expand our national footprint to go nationwide. So I'm looking forward to getting some tips on how to better sell these franchises. But the value that MCB Manco has added in the panel beating industry is, since the beginning of 2022, there's been a marketing team that has been employed. And like Anel said earlier, the communication is the big thing. So we've revolutionized the communication methodology between the insurance company, the broker, the customer, the assessor, and then the panel beater. So each customer has got a unique experience with us. You've got the direct number to phone to speak to one of the marketing guys, and you can get direct feedback on what the status of your vehicle is. And that is a bit different than some of the other panel beaters do it. It also makes us unique. We give lifetime guarantee on the workmanship on all the vehicles that is repaired with us, and also we give lifetime guarantee on the paintwork that is done by us. So in a nutshell, that's who we are. That's our goal is obviously to expand the brand, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the conversation.
Good morning, everybody. I think the topic that you are having today is a quite interesting one for us. So my name is Tamile Tswalo. I work for Absa Bank in the business bank. I look after the automotive sector. Our key focus there is the fuel industry, the aftermarket, and dealerships. So for us, in terms of adding value, I think we view ourselves as an enabler to the industry. We don't just only view ourselves as a financial institution, but an enabler. And I mean, partnering with AIDC and other stakeholders, I mean, for us, it gives us that bigger view as to where do we come in and enable and assist entrepreneurs to get into business, working with state-owned entities like AIDC. So the value that we bring to our business, from our side, we've got access to look at the business end-to-end, from your manufacturing, your OEM, until the retailer point of view. So we've got lots of insight. We've got a team that's really dedicated in mining the insights and assisting entrepreneurs the minute they decided to move into the automotive sector. So we'll always look at their businesses, what's that we can do for the individual as a business, but then the business and also the employees on there, including training and also insights. So that's more what we really spend our time on. So the question here, the bigger question, we always talk about opportunities. I mean, for South Africa, I think the opportunities are there, and the key question, what opportunities are there for entrepreneurs? For us, I think we are positioned in a very key country, and the opportunities are there. Since we produce below 1% of global vehicles, but 60% of those vehicles, they are able to, we export them outside. There's a huge opportunity for us, for entrepreneurs, and it doesn't matter where you enter in, whether you come in as a component manufacturer, there is still that opportunity. EVs also is giving us an opportunity where majority of the cars are going to the European countries that are already ready for EVs. So there's an opportunity for that. With all this, it can be challenging for an entrepreneur, someone who moves from an informal sector, to say, how do I formalize my business? And I think the franchise model is one of those key models where it's been tested and it's able to guide and give that cushion for the entrepreneurs that will be coming in. So for us is to enable access to fund, access to insights, and also making sure that the value chain is in sync and we are able to do everything that we need to do for the industry to succeed on that. I'm looking forward to your further conversations with everyone on the line on that.
Am I there, Romani, or not? Can you see me?
Yes.
Am I there?
Yes.
Thanks, Ramani, for setting up again. Good morning, everyone. I'm James Noble, and I'm responsible for the wholesale retail franchise team at ABSA. Tommy is that was talking before me. He's part of my team looking after the automotive sector, and then we've got 3 other sectors also that we focus on: the FMCG, wholesale, and retail. And then we also look after the restaurant, quick service restaurant industry. And then we also look after consumer services sector. I think I'm not going to go into long detail about what we do, but from a banking perspective, we provide holistic financial solutions. We look at solutioning the client. We look at solutioning the business client. We look at solutioning the employees. And then obviously also the owner of the business. And then right through all the life cycle of the business, whether the business is starting up, whether the business is growing or consolidating, or has reached a mature phase, we've got different solutions for the different stages in that whole life cycle of the business. I'm going to stop there for now. Thanks.
Shemane, yeah, you got it right, Ron. But Tabo would suffice because I know it can be very difficult to pronounce my surname. So good morning, colleagues. My name is Tabo Shemane. I'm also from the AIDC Eastern Cape. I'm the Chief Executive Officer. Ricardo has already mentioned, I think, the reasons why we are pursuing this part of the value chain. For me, I would just like to, advise the colleagues online that we are an entity of the provincial government whose main mandate is to work with the automotive industry to crowd in investments, mainly foreign investment, as it were, for now. And also advise our province on how better to position itself as an assembler of choice for OEMs and tier suppliers. Our work is guided by the South African Automotive Industry Master Plan, which was developed by DTIC. And our role there is to make sure that those pillars and those objectives of the master plan are implemented in the Eastern Cape. As you might be aware, there is a lot of talk now around transformation issues in the automotive industry. But really, the narrative around the industry always starts and stops at the OEM level and tier 1, tier supplier level. So we've decided to introduce the bottom part of the value chain, which is more the aftermarket, more the franchises. And we really want to create a narrative where opportunities in that space are brought to the public domain. And we encourage HDIs, historically disadvantaged people, and those that could not afford to set up their supply networks, maybe to pick up buying franchises and see if they could be entrepreneurs at that level. And this is also activated by the Competition Commission's guidelines, which have really forced the automotive industry to relook its empowerment model. It's unbundling opportunities that could be made available to other sectors of the population. So that's essentially why we're particularly grateful for Fasa for agreeing to work with us on this. And our chairperson is on the line, so I will not say much. Thank you very much, Romani.
Thanks very much. I'm Anita de Toy. I'm from Franchise Fundi here in Pretoria. I'm a franchise development consultant, so I help businesses to franchise out. And when it comes to automotive, I've had a lot of experience dealing with tire companies, pre-loved cars, aftermarket accessories. And I think the thing that stands out for me about automotive franchising is that it is often not structured as a business format franchise. They tend to go the product trade name route, and that can have a negative effect on the consumer experience, because what consumers are looking for is a standardized, good experience. Like Anel was saying, you want to know what's going on, you want to be informed, and you want to, be sure of what to expect. As a consumer, I would really like to see more of these service providers scheduling appointments so that you don't have to drive to a tire outlet and wait your turn, but rather have a priority appointment. I'm even, willing to pay extra for that.
Hi, morning everyone. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to attend this. So from my side, just to introduce, I'm the area manager for our small business services, private clients and franchise across KZN, Eastern Cape and Free State as well. I didn't put that in the chat group, but Free State is, I've got a dotted line there. But yeah, very involved nationally on the franchise front for many years now from business banking. Just a short history there. So, we've got teams across city in different towns, metros that are able to are trained, well skilled and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're always excited when new stuff is happening in the franchise environment or when Fasa talks to us. We know it's always exciting. In terms of the 2 points I've chosen to discuss, and I picked on Anita du Toit mentioning from Franchise Fundi when I like the fact that she mentioned bookings. We'd love to, because time is money. So you'd like to make bookings. We have a similar analogy here where we call it appointment banking because people want that. You're so busy and you want to make an appointment. If it takes 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, doesn't matter. But that's the only time you have, and the rest of it, you've got to be back into business or into trade. So for me, what I would like to see different from an experience as a client myself in the automotive industry is I'd like to see more reward and loyalty programs similar to the fuel industry, retail industry, or your pick and pays and checkers, where you're actually rewarding people, for continuously spending their money with you. So that's important for me. And I also think with that, very key is I often find that when you walk into an auto fitment place for wheel alignment, balancing, buying tires, there's no real pricing structure like you would walk into Pick and Pay and pick up oil and that's the price. Salespeople are very good people, and I take my hat off to these guys and the owners of these stores where individually as a person they take you around the corner at the counter and they would give you a price. First price is always the high price, and they would tell you that they were giving you a 30-40% discount. For me, that's all well and good, but I'd like to know what was the exact price of that item or that service before I walked in, before you talked to me about discount. So as someone that's been in banking and in finance for a long time, for me, consumers and doing the right thing for them is very important. But it starts with the franchise and the people that are actually working in these industries. So for me, when we talk about right to service, a great opportunity that's presented itself for up and coming small businesses, private qualified people, entrepreneurs. For me, it's fantastic because I think it's an ideal opportunity to educate them, to help them, but also make the environment equally competitive for them. Because you'd find a larger person. Can you imagine all these smaller guys trying to compete in the right to service environment now that are offering to service vehicles, and you've got these larger players who don't really have a pricing structure that you're aware of. And they would naturally play around with the price just to make sure that they keep you as a client. But if you make it competitive, and I think, sorry, that's just the automated, Nedbank's a green bank. So if you don't move around too much, the lights go off. So sorry about that. Yeah, but it's just too fine. And I don't have all the answers. That is why I love sitting in these sessions where you have people like yourselves that are there in the industries, maybe can share, maybe I'm wrong, but it's about helping and understanding and debating how do we make it better, especially now that the right to service opportunity has presented itself in South Africa, opportunity to make money and for growing people, creating employment, which is very important. So that's just from my side. Maybe later on, a little bit more light will be shed on some of these things. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dirk. I'm the CEO and founder of Monkeynastics. Talking about the motor industry, I don't know much about motor industry and cars. I do, however, know that our instructors are really a big expense for them goes into fuel, and a lot of time for them goes into their cars because they are in different things. So looking at the future of that, especially in the city, to have like small electric cars, because that's in line with our sustainability strategies, just to look into the next 5 to 10 years to see how that's going to be more sustainable for the instructors to travel around between the different venues, specifically electric cars. To buy an electric car, you're probably not going to want to travel to Cape Town. You can, but more for city use, for short trips between schools. So that's definitely something that's resonating with us, is looking into that because of two things: the saving on the fuel expenses. It's a huge expense for instructors and our franchisees, and also the impact on the environment.
My name is Nolwazi. I am an attorney I'm associated with McRoberts Attorneys in Pretoria, and we do have other offices around the country. So regarding the opportunities for entrepreneurs, so we act on behalf of 3 of the large OMEs, which is original key equipment manufacturers in the country. So we do have some insights as to, the lucrativeness of specific components or parts of the automotive sector. 3 of the main ones being fitment centers, tire businesses, and windscreen repair. So fitment centers are sort of the more high risk, high reward one, just because the financing isn't always sort of easy to get. Maintenance is expensive, and they're usually a very large rental obligation. The tire market, which includes importing and distribution of tires, is a very huge market, and it's extremely competitive in this country, and also quite lucrative. And then there's windscreen repair, which involves a lot lower risk, lower costs, but can also be very profitable. So we have in fact received a lot of queries about, franchising into windscreen repair or creating a windscreen repair franchise, just because it's so much easier for sort of lower level entrepreneurs to get into. And then obviously there's a various like complementary and ancillary businesses. So the industry, the automotive sector is quite fertile for specifically franchisees and obviously franchisors.
Good morning, Romany. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and hi to everybody. I represent a company called Complete Specialized Retail Solutions. We've been involved with the RMI extensively, the RMI retail motor industry, which you guys are speaking about. FRA, Fuel Retailers Association, and SAPRA being the RMI leg of it. So we are appointed, we've got a service level agreement with the RMI. We are the only approved occupational health and safety company that represents the RMI. They're 8,500 members, as well as we've got clients from the RMI that subscribe to our services countrywide, being, as I said, training, fire drills, risk assessments, and most importantly, we assist with the Department of Labor. We've been through most probably nearly 450 inspections with our clients, and touch wood, all of them are still operating. So I guess that says something. Retail motor industry, awesome place to be. 8 different associations, from your panel beating, glass fitting, as we heard. So yes, a lot of opportunity, I think, in the automotive industry. A lot of foreign investment coming in from the German government, assisting with the TVEC colleges. So that's also a good thing that it's bringing in. So yeah, at this stage, looking for opportunities in franchising. Thanks for the opportunity.
Good morning, Romania. Good morning, everyone in the meeting. We really appreciate this opportunity as AITC Eastern Cape. My name is Pumzile Zitumane. I am the chairman of the AITC Eastern Cape. And I think it is important just to, as part of my introduction, just to indicate and reinforce what has just been shared by my 2 colleagues, Kadwa and the CEO, that AITC Eastern Cape is an entity of government that was established to promote the auto sector, and particularly provide the link between the auto sector and government, because you know that government is a catalyst in any situation. So ours as government entities and government is to provide that conducive environment for business to do what they know best. So as the AITC Eastern Cape, we are guided by the South African Automotive Master Plan, which has got pillars of strategic objectives. And one of them is transformation of Cuba. It is for that reason that we saw that we needed to go in to historically disadvantaged people who are not participating in the economy, particularly in the sector. And in so doing, located in the Eastern Cape, and we'd like to do our level best to promote the economic development of the Eastern Cape. And we appreciate that we have been invited to share some ideas and the purpose for which we have approached Fasa for. This right to repair session that we have arranged for the dates that have been indicated in October is meant to promote the historically disadvantaged individuals to participate in this space of the aftermarket services in the automotive sector. So it is our desire that they also get to be accredited in order for them to be able to provide the services that are required. Not all of them are able to operate at that level, but we do believe that with proper skilling, they will be able to participate in the space. It is for that reason that we felt that maybe approaching Fasa to say the starting point could be through franchising, where you are able to be guided by set down standards and also to follow through by providing what is required by the market. As government entities, I'm sure we will be able to link them with other state-owned entities and other stakeholders to see to it that they are able to be looked after in order for them to continue to provide quality services that are required by the sector and by the market, of course, in general. We do also understand that they have challenges that relate to funding. It is for that reason also that we will be working alongside them to link them with the funding institutions so that they are able to participate meaningfully and, as I've indicated, to provide the services that are actually required. These potential franchisees that we're actually looking at, largely they are located in the townships, and this is where also there's a lot of business, I think, that still needs to be tapped into. And of course, they do employ a sizable number of people, and through franchising and also professionalizing their businesses, we do believe that they will be able to even employ more people. As you know, that small businesses are a backbone of the economies throughout the world, and this also is part of that. And the auto sector is contributing about 6.5 somewhere in the region, in that region, to the GDP of the country, which makes this a very, very important sector for us to focus on. There are, of course, as I've indicated, challenges that we need to grapple with in terms of getting them to operate at the required level. And those relate to accreditation of their businesses. They relate to proper skills that are needed for them to be able to run with those businesses. They also need some business skills that we will be focusing on. There are, of course, people who are ready for that, and we will be providing that support. So that is for that. It is for that reason that we felt that stakeholders like Fasa would be of assistance in partnering with us in terms of that transformation pillar of the South African Automotive Master Plan. It's called SAM 2035, because by 2035, government is saying this is what we would have liked to achieve, and they have specified also quantitative targets in terms of the Automotive Master Plan. I think basically for now, I will stop there. Those are the pointers that certainly are included in what we're working on as the speech for that day. Thank you very much. Back to you.